You are not poor because of your circumstances. You are not limited because of where you were born. You are only bound by the programs running inside your mind. The battlefield of wealth is not out there, it is in here. Every coin, every opportunity, every miracle you desire begins in thought, shaped by belief and magnetized by emotion. The secret to attracting unlimited money is not in learning how to work harder, it's learning how to think differently. Because money is not paper, money is energy. It listens to the voice of your vibration. It obeys your emotional state. It responds to your self-concept. You see, most people chase money with fear in their hearts, afraid it will run away. But fear is a repellent. Money cannot flow into the hands of those who vibrate lack. The more you worry about bills, the more bills you attract. The more you feel unworthy of wealth, the more you unconsciously push it away. To rewire your mind for unlimited money, you must first tear down the old walls, those rusty thoughts that whisper, "I can't afford that." Every time you say, "I can't," you're giving the universe a command. You're programming your subconscious to block what could have been yours. Replace those words with power. Say instead, "Money flows to me easily and consistently. I am worthy of prosperity." Say it not just with your lips, but with your soul. Feel it, see it, speak it until every cell in your body believes it, because your subconscious doesn't respond to logic, it responds to repetition and emotion. When you begin to believe you are worthy, the universe rearranges itself to match that belief. You start noticing new opportunities, meeting the right people, attracting inspired ideas. What changed? Not the world. You did. Remember this truth. You don't get what you want, you get what you believe. The universe doesn't hear your wishes, it echoes your vibration. If your vibration says, "I'm struggling," then struggle you will continue to experience. But if your vibration says, "I am abundant, I am overflowing, I am blessed," then abundance begins its journey toward you. Let's go deeper. Money is energy, and energy loves movement. When you hoard it in fear, it stagnates. When you circulate it with gratitude, it multiplies. Give without fear, and you'll receive without limits. When you buy something, instead of saying, "Oh, this is expensive," say, "I am grateful that money flows easily for me to enjoy this." Gratitude doesn't reduce what you have, it expands what you attract. Now, understand this. Wealth is not about how much money you have, but how much power you feel when you think about money. If you feel guilt, fear, or shame when thinking of wealth, those emotions block your abundance. Rewiring your mind means transforming guilt into gratitude, fear into faith, and shame into power. You must look at money as your ally, not your enemy. Money is not evil, it's neutral. It's a magnifier. In the hands of a generous person, it builds schools, feeds families, heals lives. In the hands of fear, it disappears. So stop demonizing money, love it, respect it, invite it with honor. Each morning, declare this truth: I am a magnet for wealth. I am open to receive. Money is drawn to me by divine law. Say it with conviction. Your subconscious listens. It begins reprogramming every thought, every emotion, every action in alignment with prosperity. Faith is the bridge between your new beliefs and your new reality. Don't wait to see proof before you believe. Believe first, and the proof will come. Act as though you are already wealthy in spirit, and soon your outer world will match your inner conviction. You must also take inspired action. The rewired mind does not sit and wait, it creates. You'll feel a pull, an intuitive nudge to call someone, start a project, invest in yourself. That is money's way of flowing through you. Don't resist it. Follow that inspiration. You are now working in partnership with abundance. Soon, you will notice something extraordinary. You no longer chase money. It starts chasing you. People will call you with opportunities. New streams of income will appear. Doors you never saw before will open, because now you're not operating from scarcity, you're vibrating abundance. And the final stage, the most powerful of all, is realizing that you are no longer the seeker, but the source. The abundance you were searching for was never outside of you. You are the fountain. You are the channel through which infinite prosperity expresses itself. When your mind is rewired, the world cannot help but respond. The energy you emit becomes your invitation to wealth, and the universe, obedient and precise, delivers exactly what you are ready to receive. So tonight, as you rest your head, repeat these words until they echo in your subconscious. I am wealthy beyond measure. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am one with abundance. Say it with joy. Say it with faith. Say it until your spirit believes it, and watch as your reality transforms into a mirror of your new, prosperous mind. Because once your mind is rewired for wealth, your life cannot help but follow. The mind is the beginning and the end of every fortune ever created. It is the silent architect of destiny, the unseen magnet that pulls wealth or repels it. Everything that exists in your physical world began first as an invisible thought. Before a single coin enters your hand, before a single opportunity crosses your path, it is summoned by the vibration of your beliefs. The mind is the true source of money because it controls the flow of energy, and money itself is nothing but energy in motion. When a person believes they are capable, worthy, and deserving, they send out a signal so strong that the universe rearranges circumstances to match that belief. When a person believes the opposite, that money is hard, that they are not good enough, that prosperity belongs to others, then they unconsciously block the very abundance they seek. Every fortune, every empire, every breakthrough starts not with a job, a degree, or an inheritance. It starts with an idea, a vision, a conviction held so powerfully that reality bends around it. The reason two people can stand in the same room with the same opportunities and end up with completely different results is because of one thing: mindset. One sees possibility, the other sees impossibility. One feels empowered, the other feels restricted. The outer world simply mirrors the inner one. If you look within and see lack, life will show you lack. If you look within and see abundance, the world cannot help but reflect it. That's why people who have mastered their thoughts seem to move through life effortlessly, as if invisible hands are guiding them towards success. They are not lucky, they are aligned. They have learned the sacred art of thinking rich before becoming rich. You may ask, if it's all in the mind, why do so many people still struggle? Because most minds are filled with noise, generations of fear, limitation, and scarcity thinking. From childhood, we are told to be careful, to save every penny, to avoid risk, to work hard for a little and never expect too much. These teachings, though well-intentioned, plant seeds of limitation. They train the subconscious to equate money with stress, struggle, or even guilt. You cannot receive what you secretly resent. If deep down you believe money is corrupt or that wanting more makes you greedy, you will unconsciously push it away. The mind cannot hold two opposing beliefs and prosper. It must be cleansed, rewired, renewed with higher truth. When you begin to understand that the mind governs energy, you begin to treat your thoughts as sacred. Every thought about money carries a frequency. Thoughts of abundance, generosity, and gratitude vibrate high. They attract wealth. Thoughts of fear, envy, or doubt vibrate low. They repel it. The universe is a giant mirror, perfectly reflecting the dominant emotion you hold about money. That is why it is said, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you see yourself as rich in spirit, opportunity will find you. If you see yourself as lacking, even miracles will slip through your fingers. To rewire the mind for wealth, you must first observe your inner conversation about money. What words do you use when the topic arises? Do you say, "I can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's hard to make ends meet"? Every time you repeat those sentences, you are programming your subconscious with commands of scarcity. Your mind is listening and creating your reality accordingly. But when you begin to replace those phrases with new affirmations, "Money flows easily to me. I am open to receive. I deserve abundance," you begin to shift the energy. The subconscious does not know the difference between truth and imagination. It simply accepts what you tell it repeatedly, especially with emotion. That is the law of the mind. Repetition imprints reality. As your beliefs change, your behavior naturally follows. You begin to take actions that match your new frequency. You start seeing opportunities where before you saw obstacles. You make bolder moves because you trust that abundance supports you. You spend with confidence, not fear, because you understand money is a current. It must flow to stay alive. This is why wealthy people circulate money with ease. They know it always returns multiplied. The poor cling to it, afraid it will vanish, and that very fear ensures it does. What you fear, you attract. What you bless, you multiply. But make no mistake, this is not about pretending to be rich or repeating hollow affirmations. True rewiring is emotional and spiritual. It means feeling prosperous even when your wallet is thin, trusting the flow even when circumstances seem uncertain. It means shifting from "I need" to "I have," from "I hope" to "I know." That shift is powerful. The moment you start thinking as though you already possess abundance, your energy changes. You stop chasing and start attracting. You move from desperation to inspiration. Money becomes not a master but a mirror, reflecting the richness of your inner world. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself. If you don't feel worthy of love, you'll also feel unworthy of wealth. If you constantly doubt your abilities, you'll doubt your power to earn. When you start loving yourself, respecting yourself, and recognizing your divine value, money begins to treat you the same way. It respects those who respect themselves. The most prosperous individuals are those who see themselves as creators, not victims. They know they are not at the mercy of circumstances. They are the authors of them. So, the real question is not, "How can I get more money?" The question is, "How can I become the kind of person who naturally attracts money?" The answer is by mastering your inner world. By thinking, feeling, and acting as though prosperity is your birthright. By understanding that lack is an illusion created by fear and abundance is the truth revealed by faith. The universe is infinite. There is no shortage of wealth, only shortage of belief. When you align your thoughts with abundance, the universe must obey. It has no choice because energy follows intention, and the strongest intention always wins. Every day, train your mind like a muscle. Visualize yourself already living in abundance. Feel the emotions of gratitude, peace, and confidence as though your success is inevitable. See yourself giving, sharing, expanding. The subconscious mind responds to vivid images and strong emotions. The more you imagine abundance, the more familiar it becomes. Soon, it won't feel like a dream, it will feel like home. That's when manifestation begins, because the mind cannot differentiate between imagined reality and physical reality. Once your inner world accepts prosperity as normal, your outer world must adjust to match it. This is the hidden truth most people never learn. Money doesn't make you rich, a rich mind makes money. You can take all the money away from a truly wealthy thinker, and within a few years they'll rebuild it all. Because the wealth is not in their hands, it's in their head. Likewise, you can give millions to a person with a poor mindset, and within months it will vanish. because the poverty wasn't in their bank, it was in their beliefs. You are the source. The mind is the generator. Every thought you think is a command to the universe. Every emotion you feel is a signal broadcast to creation itself. So guard your thoughts. Speak power into your finances. Choose gratitude over fear. When you bless money, it blesses you. When you speak abundance, it echoes back multiplied. The mind that knows its power cannot stay broke, for it understands that money is not something you pursue, it's something you allow. The moment you align your mind with abundance, the flow begins. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because prosperity is not a future event. It is a present frequency, waiting for you to tune in. Most people live under the heavy cloud of scarcity, not because the world is poor, but because their minds are. They have been programmed since birth to believe that there is never enough money, time, opportunities, or luck. This programming runs deep, silently shaping every decision, every feeling, and every result. They grow up hearing phrases like money doesn't grow on trees, you have to struggle to survive, rich people are greedy, and be grateful for what little you have. These words sound harmless, but they plant seeds of limitation that grow into lifelong poverty mindsets. Scarcity becomes the lens through which they see the world, and when you see through the lens of lack, you cannot notice abundance, even when it's right in front of you. Scarcity programming is like an invisible wall built around the mind. You can't see it, but you feel it every time you try to dream bigger. It whispers that you're asking for too much, that it's safer to settle, that success belongs to others but not to you. You work harder, hoping that effort alone will free you, but the harder you push against the wall, the stronger it seems to become. Because effort without mental freedom only reinforces struggle. You can work 1,000 hours, but if your inner program says there's never enough, then no matter how much you earn, it will never feel like enough. You'll spend it, lose it, fear it, or push it away through self-sabotage. Scarcity is not a financial condition, it's a psychological one. To break this programming, you must first recognize it. Observe the conversations you have about money. Listen to the way you speak when bills arrive or when someone else succeeds financially. Do you feel envy, guilt, or resentment? Those emotions are signs of scarcity energy. They tell you that deep down you believe in a limited pie, that someone else's success somehow reduces your chances. But life is not a competition for crumbs. It's an infinite banquet waiting for your invitation. Abundance is not about taking from others. It's about expanding what already exists. When you realize that prosperity is infinite, you stop competing and start creating. You stop chasing and start attracting. Breaking scarcity begins with awareness but continues with reconditioning. You must deliberately replace every old limiting belief with a new empowering one. When your mind says money is hard to earn, correct it with money flows easily when I am aligned. When it says I can't afford it, transform it into how can I create the means to afford it. When it says I'm not lucky, declare I am divinely favored. Every time you challenge the voice of lack, you weaken its grip. Every time you affirm abundance, you strengthen your inner power. The subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. Speak abundance daily and feel it deeply. In time, it becomes your new normal. Imagine your mind as a field. For years, you've been planting seeds of fear, doubt, and limitation. Those weeds have grown tall, blocking the sunlight of prosperity. Breaking scarcity programming means clearing the field, pulling out those weeds one by one, and planting new seeds of confidence, wealth, and gratitude. It takes time and consistency, but once new beliefs take root, they grow strong. You begin to think differently, act differently, and attract differently. The outside world changes because your inner world has shifted its foundation. The greatest illusion scarcity teaches is that money is limited, but the truth is, money is simply energy, limitless, abundant, and available to all who align with it. The same energy that moves galaxies and grows forests flows through you right now. The question is not whether abundance exists. It always has and always will. The question is whether your frequency matches it. Scarcity vibrates at the level of fear and doubt. Abundance vibrates at the level of faith and gratitude. You cannot tune into both at the same time. You must choose which station your mind will play. Look around you. Nature never struggles with scarcity. The ocean doesn't run out of waves. The sky doesn't run out of stars. Trees don't compete to produce oxygen. The universe operates in endless cycles of giving and receiving, always replenishing itself. Only humans, through conditioned thinking, create the illusion of not enough. But the moment you step into alignment with nature's law of abundance, everything begins to flow again. Money starts moving toward you, not because you chase it, but because you've become a vessel open to receive it. Breaking scarcity also requires emotional healing. Many people carry generational trauma around money. Perhaps they grew up watching parents argue about bills, or experienced shame when asking for something they wanted. Those experiences form deep emotional imprints that shape adult behavior. You might overwork to feel secure, or undercharge because you fear rejection. You might save excessively, not from wisdom but from fear of loss. Healing begins when you forgive the past yourself, your parents, your culture, and realize they were all doing the best they knew with the programming they had. You are the one chosen to end that cycle, to rewrite the story of wealth for your lineage. To rewire scarcity, practice gratitude daily. Gratitude transforms your focus from what's missing to what's present. The moment you appreciate what you have, you signal to the universe that you are abundant, and the universe responds by giving you more to appreciate. Gratitude is not a passive feeling. It's a powerful energy signal that multiplies what it touches. Say thank you for every dollar, every opportunity, every lesson, and even for the challenges that push you toward growth. When gratitude becomes your dominant vibration, scarcity cannot survive. The more you reject scarcity and embrace abundance, the more you realize that money is not the source of your security. Your consciousness is. The wealthy mind knows that no matter what happens in the external world, it can always recreate wealth because it is connected to infinite supply. That certainty dissolves fear. When you know that you are backed by the limitless energy of creation itself, you move boldly. You invest, create, and give freely. And as you give, you receive, because you understand that circulation is the law of prosperity. Breaking the scarcity program is the most liberating act of your life. It frees you from fear, envy, and self-doubt. It allows you to see money not as something to hoard, but as something to express and expand. When you remove the mental ceiling that told you to be realistic, you discover that reality bends to belief. You realize that abundance was never missing. It was simply locked behind the doors of conditioned thought. The key has always been in your hand, waiting for you to use it. The moment you decide to believe in abundance more than lack, the doors swing open. Money begins to flow because you finally believe it can. Opportunities appear because your energy welcomes them. The world mirrors your new inner reality, one where there is more than enough for everyone. You stop surviving and start thriving. You stop fearing and start creating. And that is the true miracle of breaking the scarcity program. You return to your natural state of infinite possibility, where money becomes not a pursuit, but a byproduct of your awakened mind. You do not attract money by wishing for it. You attract money by matching the vibration of it, and that vibration begins with how you see yourself. The law of inner value is the unshakable truth that you will never receive more money than you believe you are worth. Every paycheck, every sale, every opportunity that comes your way is simply a mirror reflecting your self-concept. If deep down you believe you are small, unworthy, or undeserving, the universe will honor that belief by limiting your flow. But when you know your worth, when you stand tall in the power of your divine value, the gates of abundance swing wide open. You do not chase prosperity, you become prosperity. Most people chase money as if it is the source of their worth. They work endlessly, chasing external validation, thinking that when they have enough, they will finally feel valuable. But the truth is reversed. Your sense of worth determines how much money you allow into your life. The feeling must come first. Until you raise your inner value, you will sabotage or repel opportunities that exceed your self-image. You might receive abundance for a moment, but if your inner thermostat is set to just enough, your subconscious will find a way to return you there. That's why so many people win fortunes and lose them, or rise in success only to fall back. Their inner value hasn't expanded to hold what they desire. To rewire the law of inner value, you must learn to see yourself as the source, not the seeker. You must understand that money is not a reward for effort, it is a reflection of alignment. It flows naturally to those who feel worthy of it, those who know that their gifts, ideas, and presence have value. Self-worth is magnetic. It commands respect, opportunities, and prosperity without force. When you believe deeply that your contribution matters, the world mirrors that belief back to you in the form of money, recognition, and success. Think of your mind as a vessel. If your vessel is small, it can only hold a small amount of wealth before overflowing. If it's large, it can contain and circulate greater abundance with ease. The vessel grows through belief, self-love, and inner expansion. Every time you affirm your worth, every time you refuse to settle for less than what honors your soul, you enlarge your vessel. You tell the universe, I am ready for more. And the universe, which always matches your vibration, responds accordingly. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. True self-worth does not shout, it radiates. It is quiet confidence, the calm knowing that you are enough, that you are valuable, that your existence itself contributes to the expansion of life. When you carry this knowing, people feel it. They trust you, they want to work with you, they are drawn to your energy because it feels abundant. You stop competing with others because you understand that no one can outshine you in being you. There is no shortage of money or success, only a shortage of people who believe they deserve it. To activate the law of inner value, you must challenge every thought of unworthiness. Every time you hear the inner critic whisper, who am I to ask for that much? Replace it with, who am I not to? You must train your mind to stop discounting your worth. Stop apologizing for your desires, and stop settling for less. Money responds to certainty. When you walk in the energy of confidence, money follows like a loyal companion. When you walk in doubt, it disappears. The world mirrors your belief always. Ask yourself honestly, how do I feel when I think about money? Do I feel deserving or anxious, excited or guilty? These emotions reveal the truth of your inner worth. You cannot attract abundance while feeling shame around wealth. Guilt and abundance cannot coexist. Many people feel guilty for wanting more because they were taught that desire is greed. But desire is not greed, it is divine guidance. It is life's way of expanding through you. When you deny your desires, you deny the very energy that keeps the universe growing. You must give yourself permission to want more, not from a place of lack, but from a place of expansion. You want more because you are meant to express more, give more, and experience more. The tree doesn't apologize for growing taller. The river doesn't feel guilty for flowing wider. So why should you feel guilty for expanding your wealth and influence? The more you have, the more you can give. The greater your value, the more value you can offer the world. This is the sacred cycle of abundance. Give from fullness, not from emptiness. Your relationship with money is a mirror of your relationship with yourself. If you undervalue your time, your energy, or your ideas, life will send you situations that reflect that undervaluing. Underpaid jobs, underappreciated relationships, and underwhelming results are not punishments. They are feedback. They are invitations to raise your price internally, to declare, I am worth more than this. When you make that declaration, not as anger but as truth, the universe begins rearranging your life to match it. New doors open, old patterns dissolve, and prosperity begins to flow in ways that once seemed impossible. But here's the secret most people miss. You don't raise your value by earning more. You earn more by raising your value. The energy must shift first. You can read every book, take every course, and still struggle if deep down you feel unworthy of success. That feeling repels opportunity faster than any external force. But the moment you decide, truly decide, that you are enough, that your existence, your ideas, your essence are worthy, the flow begins. Because the universe does not pay you for your work, it pays you for your worth. Every morning, look in the mirror and affirm, I am valuable, my presence is powerful, I am a vessel of wealth, wisdom, and contribution. Say it until your voice trembles with conviction. The subconscious mind listens not to your words, but to the energy behind them. The more you feel it, the faster it becomes real. As you embody your worth, opportunities will sense it, money will sense it, people will sense it. The world will rise to meet your new standard. Never again tell yourself that you are not enough. You are not here to beg for abundance, you are here to command it through your being. When you walk in self-worth, you walk in divine authority. The universe recognizes that authority and obeys it. That is the law of inner value. When you honor yourself, life honors you. When you value your time, others value it. When you expect abundance, it arrives. And once you understand that, once you feel it so deeply that it becomes unshakable, you will never again chase money because you will have become the very frequency that attracts it. Money is not just paper, metal, or numbers in an account. It is energy. It is vibration in motion, responding to the invisible frequencies you broadcast through your thoughts, emotions, and expectations. Every feeling you hold about money sends out a signal to the universe, and that signal determines whether money flows toward you or away from you. Energy alignment with prosperity means matching your internal vibration with the frequency of abundance itself. You cannot hold thoughts of fear and expect to attract wealth. You cannot feel unworthy and expect life to reward you richly. You must become a vibrational match for what you desire. You must feel as abundant as you wish to be. When your energy is aligned, everything flows with ease. You start attracting opportunities, people, and ideas that harmonize with your new frequency. The law is simple, like attracts like. If you live in the energy of lack, lack multiplies. If you live in the energy of gratitude, prosperity multiplies. You cannot fake this alignment. It must come from within. It's not about pretending you're rich, it's about feeling rich in spirit, rich in possibility, rich in gratitude right now. That emotion becomes your magnet. The universe does not respond to your words. It responds to your energy behind those words. Every emotion carries a measurable frequency. Fear, doubt, jealousy, and guilt vibrate low. Joy, gratitude, confidence, and love vibrate high. Money vibrates at a frequency of freedom, confidence, and purpose. When you embody those emotions, money begins to notice you. It feels safe in your energy. It begins to circulate around you naturally. But when you live in fear, when you constantly worry about bills, when you resent others for having what you want, your vibration drops and money slips away because it cannot stay in that environment. It is not punishing you, it is responding to the energy you're sending. Alignment does not mean sitting in silence waiting for miracles to fall from the sky. It means bringing your thoughts, emotions, and actions into harmony. If you think rich but feel poor, your vibration is split. If you affirm abundance but complain daily about lack, your signal is confused. The universe mirrors clarity. When your thoughts and emotions agree, creation happens fast. Say, I am abundant, and feel abundant. Imagine what it's like to have your needs met, your dreams funded, your life flowing effortlessly. Let that feeling wash through your body until your nervous system accepts it as real. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. It simply responds to emotion. To align with prosperity, you must release resistance. Resistance is the mental tension that says, I want more money, but I don't know how. It's the worry that you're doing it wrong, the fear that you're running out of time, the guilt of wanting too much. Each of these emotions clogs your energy flow. Alignment happens when you replace resistance with trust. Trust that the energy you send out will return multiplied. Trust that abundance is your natural state. The same intelligence that grows forests, raises mountains, and moves oceans flows through you. You are not separate from it. You are an extension of it. Many people try to force money into their lives through sheer willpower, unaware that force repels energy. You can work day and night, but if your vibration is desperate, you'll attract more situations that make you desperate. The secret is not force its flow. When you're aligned, ideas come easily, inspiration strikes, synchronicities appear. You don't chase money, you magnetize it. You don't push, you pull. You act from inspiration, not anxiety. You trust timing instead of fighting it. Alignment feels peaceful, confident, and effortless, even when you're working hard, because your inner state is one of abundance, not scarcity. The way you feel about others' success reveals your vibration. When you celebrate someone else's wealth, you vibrate on the same frequency. When you envy it, you vibrate away from it. Jealousy says, they have what I lack, while gratitude says, they remind me of what's possible. The universe hears both messages clearly. One closes the flow, the other opens it wide. To stay in alignment, train yourself to bless abundance wherever you see it in people, in nature, in opportunities. The more you bless it, the more it feels safe to appear in your life. Gratitude is the fastest bridge to prosperity alignment. Every time you say thank you, you raise your vibration. Gratitude dissolves fear, because you cannot fear and be grateful at the same time. When you focus on what's working instead of what's missing, you signal the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude is not blind optimism, it is faith in motion. It says, I trust that good is on its way even if I don't see it yet. That kind of faith moves mountains, opens doors, and multiplies blessings. Energy alignment also means aligning with purpose. Money flows to those who serve life. When your actions uplift others, when your work brings value and joy, you tap into an endless stream of prosperity. That's why people who love what they do often attract wealth effortlessly. Their energy is pure, they are in flow. The universe supports those who align their gifts with service. So instead of asking, how can I make more money? Ask, how can I express more of my purpose? Because when you are aligned with purpose, money is a natural consequence. If you wish to live in alignment with prosperity, protect your energy like gold. Guard your thoughts from fear, your emotions from negativity, your words from complaint. Speak abundance even in tight seasons. Feel rich even before the evidence appears. Treat every dollar you have with respect, and it will bring its friends. Visualize your life not as it is, but as it will be abundant, flowing, free. The more you embody that vibration, the faster your outer world rearranges to reflect it. When you are fully aligned with prosperity, life begins to feel different. Things that once seemed difficult become effortless. You attract the right people, resources, and timing without struggle. You trust yourself, you trust life, and you trust the flow. That is alignment, not perfection, but harmony. And in that harmony, money is not something you chase or fear losing. It becomes part of your rhythm, moving through you easily, gracefully, continuously, because your energy sings in tune with abundance itself. Self-worth is the foundation upon which all wealth is built. If deep inside you believe that you are undeserving, unworthy, or incapable of great prosperity, then no matter how hard you work, how much you plan, or how many opportunities come your way, they will slip through your fingers like water. The outer world mirrors your inner conviction. You cannot hold abundance in your hands if you secretly reject it in your heart. When you raise your self-worth, you raise your income ceiling. You begin to act differently, speak differently, and move through the world with the quiet authority of someone who knows they deserve more. Money responds to confidence, not arrogance, but quiet certainty. The kind of certainty that says, I am worthy of wealth because I am a creator, not a beggar of life. Many people misunderstand money. They think it rewards hard work alone, but that's not true. Money rewards alignment, clarity, and belief in one's own value. That's why two people can work equally hard and yet one thrives while the other struggles. The difference isn't effort itself, worth. The person who feels worthy attracts opportunities that match that vibration. The one who feels small attracts struggle that reinforces their limitation. To transform your financial reality, you must first rewrite your inner story of worthiness. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? Did I hear that money is evil, that rich people are selfish, that wanting more is greedy? These ideas, if unexamined, become emotional blocks that cap your potential. You might say you want wealth, but your subconscious rejects it because it associates money with guilt or fear. You cannot attract what you secretly resent. You cannot receive what you unconsciously push away. The work begins with healing your relationship to yourself, because money is merely a reflection of that relationship. Raising self-worth is not about ego, it's about truth. The truth that you were born worthy. You don't need to earn worthiness through success. You need to remember it. When you remember that you are worthy of love, worthy of peace, worthy of abundance, your energy becomes magnetic. You stop chasing validation from others, and you start creating from power within. The universe mirrors that self-assurance. People begin to treat you according to how you treat yourself. Life begins to respond to your elevated frequency. Money, being energy, gravitates toward stability and confidence toward those who know who they are and what they deserve. Start by changing the way you speak about yourself and your finances. Words are spells, and you are constantly casting them. When you say, I can't afford this, you're programming lack into your reality. Instead, shift your language. Say, I'm choosing to prioritize differently right now. Or I'm open to creative ways for this to come. Small changes in language begin to reprogram the subconscious mind. Every time you speak abundance, you affirm your worthiness of it. Every time you speak lack, you reinforce unworthiness. Your words tell your subconscious who you think you are, so speak as the person you wish to become. Another way to elevate self-worth is to honor your boundaries. When you say yes to things that drain you, you tell the universe you don't value your energy. When you accept less than you deserve in relationships, in business, or in life, you signal that you are comfortable with scarcity. Boundaries are declarations of worth. They tell life, this is what I allow, and this is what I do not. The moment you begin to protect your time, your peace, and your purpose, you start vibrating differently. Opportunities that match your new standard appear, and those that do not begin to fall away. This is not loss, it's alignment. Self-worth also grows through gratitude and self-celebration. Too often, people dismiss their progress because it's not dramatic enough. But every small step you take toward abundance is proof that you are capable. Celebrate it. When you acknowledge your growth, your energy expands. When you ignore it, your vibration contracts. Gratitude for your journey, even if it's not perfect, tells the universe that you value your own evolution. Money loves movement. It flows to those who appreciate its presence, however small. The more you appreciate, the more you attract. It's also vital to detach your worth from external achievements. Many chase wealth to feel valuable, but true abundance begins when you feel valuable before the money arrives. Otherwise, you'll keep seeking validation through possessions and status, never satisfied. The wealth that lasts comes from an inner conviction: I am enough, I am complete, I am deserving of more, not because I lack, but because I expand. That mindset creates a stable foundation for prosperity to grow upon. When money comes to a person who already feels whole, it multiplies. When it comes to one who feels empty, it disappears. Visualize yourself as someone who commands wealth with ease, not through arrogance, but through grace. Picture yourself walking with posture, speaking with certainty, radiating quiet confidence. Feel what it's like to move through life knowing you are valuable. That vibration draws abundance toward you because energy seeks stability, and stability comes from self-worth. It's not about acting rich, it's about embodying richness in spirit. The person who feels rich inside will soon see it reflected outside. When you believe in your worth, you stop apologizing for wanting more. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop playing small in rooms where you belong to shine. Money flows to those who expand, not those who contract. The more you own your worth, the more space you take up energetically, and life fills that space with opportunities, prosperity, and freedom. The world does not reward those who doubt themselves. It rewards those who claim their rightful place in abundance. So raise your standards, speak your value, walk with the energy of someone who knows they are destined for greatness, because you are. The day you decide that you are worthy of unlimited money is the day the universe begins rearranging itself to prove you right. Action is the bridge between the inner and outer world. You can think positively, visualize daily, and align your energy with abundance. But without aligned action, manifestation remains a dream. The universe rewards movement, not random busyness, but inspired, intentional movement born from clarity and confidence. Too many people sit and wait for the perfect moment to act, not realizing that the perfect moment is created through action itself. Every step you take tells the universe, I am ready. Every moment of hesitation says, I am not. Action is your declaration of readiness. It transforms invisible thought into tangible reality, but not all action is equal. Forced action comes from fear, from the belief that if you don't hustle endlessly, nothing will happen. Inspired action, on the other hand, comes from faith. It flows naturally, it excites you, it feels expansive. It might still challenge you, but it doesn't drain you. When you act from alignment, you move with the universe, not against it. Doors open effortlessly, resources appear at the right time, and synchronicities guide your path. You're not fighting for success, you're flowing toward it. The secret is to move when your spirit says yes, and not when your fear says hurry. Inspiration whispers quietly, like intuition, while fear shouts. To recognize the difference, you must learn to listen inwardly. When an idea feels exciting, light, and slightly beyond your comfort zone, that's inspiration. When an idea feels heavy, anxious, or desperate, that's fear disguised as urgency. Inspired action might still feel uncomfortable because it stretches you, but it carries a spark of expansion, not panic. Money loves movement. Stagnant energy repels abundance because it signals indecision. When you hesitate, you send mixed messages to the universe. Part of you wants success, another part fears it. The universe responds by matching that uncertainty. But when you act decisively, you generate momentum, and momentum multiplies results. Even small, consistent steps build enormous energy over time. The universe amplifies your efforts when it senses conviction. That's why one moment of bold action can open doors that years of overthinking never could. Many people confuse alignment with inaction, believing that if they just vibrate high, money will fall from the sky. But alignment is not passivity, it's preparation. It's the state of readiness that magnetizes opportunity, and when opportunity comes, it's your job to move. You must meet the universe halfway. Think of it like a dance. The universe leads, but you must take the step. If you refuse to move your feet, even the most beautiful rhythm cannot carry you forward. The law of attraction works best with the law of action. There is great power in acting as if your dream is already real. When you move as though abundance is certain, you create an energetic imprint that the universe mirrors. You might not have the money yet, but you make decisions like someone who trusts it's coming. You don't hesitate in fear, you act in faith. That confidence magnetizes people and resources who resonate with your vibration. The world responds differently to someone who walks in certainty. You become a magnet for aligned collaborations, clients, and circumstances. Consistency is another form of faith. Anyone can act once in a burst of motivation, but true abundance flows to those who persist even when results are not visible. Consistent action signals belief. It says, I trust that what I'm doing will bear fruit, even if I can't see the harvest yet. The farmer doesn't dig up the soil every day to check on the seed. He waters it faithfully, knowing growth happens beneath the surface. Your goals are no different. Keep showing up, keep refining, keep trusting. The universe never ignores consistent effort powered by aligned intention. You must also release the need for perfection before acting. Perfectionism is a mask for fear. It whispers, I'll start when I'm ready, but readiness never comes. You learn by doing, not by waiting. The universe responds to movement, not potential. Take the first imperfect step, and clarity will follow. Every successful person began before they were ready. They acted with faith that the path would reveal itself. That's what makes action powerful. It invites divine cooperation. When you move, life moves with you. Action rooted in purpose carries extraordinary energy. When your efforts come from a desire to serve, to uplift, or to create value, you tap into a current of universal support. Money becomes a natural byproduct of your contribution. You stop chasing wealth and start creating impact, and wealth chases you. The more you focus on giving your best, the more abundance flows your way. Purpose aligns your steps, and when your steps are aligned, every action becomes sacred. Remember, movement doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes inspired action is a phone call, a message, a small shift in routine, a moment of courage to speak your truth. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. 10 steps taken in fear cannot equal 1 step taken in faith. The difference lies in energy. Before you act, pause and center yourself. Ask, am I moving from trust or from tension? When it's trust, move boldly. When it's tension, realign first. The quality of your vibration determines the outcome of your action. When you combine belief, alignment, and inspired action, you become unstoppable. Life bends to your energy. You begin to attract opportunities that others call luck. But you know it's the universe rewarding your faith in motion. Every step forward strengthens your magnetism. Every act of courage compounds your abundance. The universe loves boldness. It responds to those who dare. So act with conviction, move with purpose, and let your steps declare to the world that you are ready to receive the wealth that's already yours in the unseen. Gratitude is the golden key that unlocks the flow of money and abundance. It is not merely an emotion. It is a frequency, a powerful energetic vibration that aligns your heart, mind, and spirit with the rhythm of prosperity. When you live in gratitude, you open the floodgates of receiving. You stop broadcasting the signal of lack and begin transmitting the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude tells the universe, I already have enough. And the universe responds, then let's give you more. This is not poetry. It is a spiritual law, one that governs the flow of wealth as surely as gravity governs the earth. So many people pray for more money while vibrating in resentment, fear, or frustration. They focus on the bills, the debt, the missing zeros in their bank account, and then wonder why abundance avoids them. The universe cannot deliver prosperity to a heart that complains. Gratitude, on the other hand, sends a different signal. It says, I see the good. I acknowledge the flow. I trust that more is coming. That trust amplifies your vibration. Gratitude lifts you out of worry and anchors you in faith. And faith is magnetic. It attracts everything you truly desire. Every moment of gratitude is a declaration that you are already rich. When you look around and give thanks for the roof above you, the food before you, the air you breathe, the opportunities that still lie ahead, you instantly shift from scarcity to abundance. You begin to feel wealthy in spirit, and that feeling is the match that lights the fire of manifestation. The energy of gratitude and the energy of money are deeply connected. Money wants to stay where it feels appreciated. When you curse it, it leaves. When you bless it, it multiplies. Try blessing every dollar that enters or leaves your life. When you pay a bill, say, thank you for the service this provided. When you buy something, say, thank you that I could afford this. When you receive income, say, thank you for the flow of prosperity. This habit transforms your relationship with money from anxiety to appreciation. And that shift alone can open new financial pathways you never imagined. Because when you radiate gratitude, your subconscious begins to expect abundance, and the universe matches that expectation. Gratitude also dissolves envy. You cannot envy and be grateful at the same time. They are opposites on the vibrational scale. When you see someone else thriving, train yourself to feel gratitude for their success. Say, thank you, universe, for showing me what's possible for me. Their abundance is not a threat. It is a mirror of potential. Envy shrinks your energy, but gratitude expands it. The more you celebrate others' wealth, the more the universe feels safe to express that wealth through you. Even during times of struggle, gratitude has the power to transform everything. When life feels heavy, when money feels tight, when fear whispers that you're failing, pause, breathe, and find one thing, even one, to be grateful for. It could be the warmth of your bed, the love of a friend, or simply the fact that you are alive and capable of starting again. Gratitude in hard times is the most powerful vibration of all, because it tells the universe that your faith is unbreakable. It says, I trust your timing even now, and that trust creates miracles. The practice of daily gratitude reprograms the mind from survival to creation. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's available. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between small and large. It only knows emotion. So when you feel genuinely grateful, even for little things, your subconscious believes you are already prosperous. And because your outer world mirrors your inner state, more reasons to be grateful begin to appear. It's a cycle of expansion. Gratitude brings abundance, and abundance deepens gratitude. Gratitude is also the antidote to greed. Greed comes from fear, the fear that there's not enough to go around. Gratitude comes from trust, the knowing that the universe is limitless. When you live from gratitude, you stop grasping, chasing, or comparing. You start receiving with peace, giving with joy, and trusting that whatever you send out will return multiplied. Money begins to serve you, not control you. You spend consciously, invest wisely, and share generously because you know that the flow never ends. Gratitude anchors you in that endless flow. Another secret of gratitude is that it expands time and presence. When you're grateful, you stop rushing into the future trying to get there. You realize that abundance is asterisk here asterisk, in this breath, this moment, this opportunity. When you fully inhabit the now, your creative power increases. You start noticing possibilities that fear once blinded you to. You become magnetic to new ideas, new people, and new income streams. Gratitude keeps you grounded in the vibration of enough, and that vibration always attracts more. True gratitude is not just words, it's embodiment. It's walking through life with a heart open wide, eyes that see beauty, an energy that says, everything is working out for me. When you wake up grateful, you raise your frequency before the day even begins. When you go to bed grateful, you program your subconscious to attract blessings while you sleep. Gratitude turns ordinary days into miracles, simple moments into wealth, and your life into a magnet for prosperity. So practice it, live it, breathe it. Let gratitude become your wealth mindset, because the more you thank life for what you have, the more life thanks you back, with joy, with peace, and yes, with money. Purpose is the divine current that turns money from mere currency into creation. Without purpose, wealth feels hollow. It becomes accumulation without meaning, motion without direction. But when you align your pursuit of money with a greater purpose, you awaken a force that multiplies everything you touch. Purpose gives power to your prosperity. It turns ambition into contribution, and success into significance. When you work not just for profit but for impact, the universe joins hands with you because you are no longer chasing money, you are channeling it. Every soul has a unique purpose, a reason for being here beyond survival. It's the fire that lights you up, the work that fulfills you, the gift that flows naturally through you. And when you connect that purpose with service, you tap into the most magnetic energy in existence. Purpose attracts abundance because it serves life. The universe always funds purpose. When your intention is to uplift, to help, to heal, to create, you open yourself to unlimited supply. Money begins to flow not as a pursuit, but as a partnership. So many people spend their lives chasing money without ever asking, what is it for? They run endlessly after more possessions, more status, more validation, and yet feel empty, because the soul cannot be nourished by numbers. True wealth has meaning. It flows when money serves a mission greater than self. That's why people who love what they do often seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. They are not hustling for approval. They are expressing their essence. The energy behind their work is clean, passionate, alive. The universe amplifies that vibration. Purpose brings clarity. When you know asterisk why asterisk you want wealth, you move with precision. Your goals become focused, your actions intentional. You stop scattering your energy chasing every shiny thing, and instead direct it like a laser toward what truly matters. Clarity magnetizes resources. People want to invest in someone who knows where they're going. The moment you declare your purpose with conviction, the universe rearranges itself to support you. Doors open, helpers appear, synchronicities align. It's not magic, it's energy responding to focus. And yet, purpose does not always announce itself in loud declarations. Sometimes it whispers through your passions, your curiosities, or the things that make you lose track of time. It shows up in moments when your heart feels full and your spirit feels alive. Follow those moments. They are signposts to your purpose. The more you honor them, the stronger they become. And once you align your work with those moments of aliveness, money begins to feel natural, not forced, not chased, but deserved. When you live with purpose, your relationship with money transforms completely. Money becomes a tool, not a master. You use it to expand your reach, to create experiences, to serve others, to express your vision. You no longer hoard it out of fear, because you understand that true abundance is not what you keep, it's what flows through you. You become a channel for prosperity, and channels never run dry. The more you give through purpose, the more the universe gives back through flow. Purpose also elevates your standards. When you know your mission, you stop settling for mediocrity. You stop saying yes to opportunities that dilute your power. You become selective, intentional, and focused. You attract people and projects that align with your vibration. Money starts following integrity, not convenience. Purpose demands authenticity. It asks you to show up fully, even when it's uncomfortable. And in that authenticity lies your greatest magnetism. The world doesn't reward those who fake perfection. It rewards those who radiate truth. Purpose brings peace. When you operate from it, even hard work feels meaningful. You can wake up early, work long hours, face setbacks, and still feel fulfilled, because your effort feeds your spirit, not just your wallet. Purpose gives suffering meaning. It transforms struggle into growth and mistakes into mastery. And when money flows from that energy, it carries joy with it. You begin to see wealth as a reflection of service, not self-worth. The more value you create, the more abundance you receive, and the more good you can do. One of the greatest secrets of prosperity is that purpose attracts provision. When you commit to your calling with faith, resources begin to show up. The right people, mentors, and ideas cross your path. The universe supports those who are brave enough to live their truth. Purpose and money are not enemies, they are allies. Money flows through purpose the way rivers flow through valleys, naturally, effortlessly, inevitably. So, ask yourself, what do I want money for? What do I want it to do for me, for others, for the world? When your answer comes from love, from service, from expansion, you align with the most abundant force there is. You stop chasing money and money starts chasing you. You become unstoppable, not because you're working harder, but because your energy is pure, your direction is clear, and your purpose is alive. And that is the true formula for unlimited prosperity. Forgiveness is one of the most underestimated powers in the journey toward wealth and abundance. Many people talk about mindset, discipline, and action, but few realize that unresolved resentment, guilt, and regret can block the very flow of prosperity they're trying to attract. You cannot receive freely when your heart is heavy. You cannot open the door to abundance while clutching the chains of anger, self, blame, or betrayal. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened, it's about releasing the energy that keeps you bound to it. It's emotional decluttering. When you forgive, you make space for money, joy, and opportunities to enter your life. Every grudge you hold, every wound you replay, drains your energy. It's like carrying stones in your pocket, invisible but heavy. That heaviness lowers your vibration and signals the universe that you are not yet ready to receive new blessings. The law of energy is simple. You cannot attract what you do not have room for. Forgiveness clears that room. It cuts the energetic cords that tie you to pain and opens the path for flow. It's not a weakness, it's liberation. You do it not for the other person, but for your own expansion. Think about it. When you hold anger towards someone who hurt you financially, emotionally, or spiritually, you are still giving them your power. They may have taken your money, your trust, or your time once, but by holding on to the story, you let them keep taking your peace every day. True freedom comes when you reclaim that energy. Forgiveness says, I choose to rise above this. I choose to stop reliving the wound. And in that decision, your power returns. Power attracts prosperity, victimhood repels it. The same applies to self-forgiveness. So many people sabotage their own abundance because deep down they believe they don't deserve it. Maybe they made poor financial choices in the past. Maybe they trusted the wrong people. Maybe they failed before. They carry shame and regret like invisible debts they can never repay. But you cannot build wealth on a foundation of guilt. You must forgive yourself completely, not partially, not conditionally, completely. You did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. The moment you release self-judgment, your energy begins to rise and money can finally find you. Forgiveness restores flow. Think of your energy field like a river. Every resentment is a rock in that river. Over time, the current slows and eventually it stops. When you forgive, you remove the rocks, the water flows again. Your creativity returns, your intuition sharpens, your motivation ignites. New ideas come easily. People start showing up with opportunities that seem to appear from nowhere. That's not coincidence, that's the flow you restored through forgiveness. You might wonder, how do I forgive someone who caused me pain? Start by understanding that forgiveness is not reconciliation. You don't have to invite them back into your life. Forgiveness is a release of attachment, a decision to stop carrying emotional poison. You can say aloud, I forgive you, not because what you did was right, but because I refuse to let it define me any longer. Say it until the words start to feel true. Feel the weight lift off your chest. That's the energy of freedom, the same energy that invites abundance. Forgiveness also heals the energy of money itself. Many people have resentment toward money without realizing it, resentment toward debt, banks, jobs, or even the economy. They say things like, money always leaves me, or I can never get ahead. Those statements are emotional scars disguised as logic. To attract money, you must forgive money. Forgive yourself for mismanaging it. Forgive others who mishandled it. Forgive the system that made you struggle. Then bless money. See it as neutral, as a tool, as energy that magnifies your intention. The more peace you feel about money, the more easily it flows to you. Forgiveness is the bridge between the past and your future prosperity. Without it, you keep recreating the same cycles, same lack, same stress, same patterns, because your subconscious is still anchored in yesterday's pain. When you let go, you break the cycle. You free your energy to move forward, to create, to manifest. The universe loves a clean slate. Forgiveness wipes it clear. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of the story that says you were the victim and someone else was the villain. The moment you let go, your soul expands, and that expansion is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, peace, and wealth because your vibration is pure again. You can't receive divine blessings with clenched fists. Forgiveness teaches you to open your hands. So, breathe deeply and say within yourself, I release the past. I release resentment. I forgive myself and others. I am free. Feel the truth of that in your heart. That feeling light, peaceful, powerful is abundance in motion. Because when you forgive, you return to love. And love is the highest vibration of all. Money is just one of its many servants. The final step in attracting unlimited money is gratitude, the master key that unlocks the full vault of abundance. Gratitude is not merely saying thank you. It is a frequency, a magnetic force that draws more of what you appreciate into your life. When you live in gratitude, you signal to the universe that you are already rich not in possessions, but in awareness. You acknowledge that even in moments of lack, there is value, growth, and potential surrounding you. Gratitude transforms your energy from wanting to having, from waiting to receiving. The moment you begin to see your current circumstances through the lens of appreciation, your vibration shifts and money begins to respond. Most people delay gratitude until they get there. They wait until they receive the job, the raise, the new client, the dream home, and then they feel thankful. But that's not how abundance works. Gratitude is not a reaction, it's a generator. You must feel grateful before the evidence appears. That is the real act of faith, thanking the universe for the blessing that's already on its way. When you practice that level of belief, you align yourself with the frequency of receivership. You are no longer chasing money, you are magnetizing it. Each morning, before the world demands your attention, take a moment to give thanks for what already exists: the roof over your head, the food that nourishes you, the breath that sustains you, the people who support you. These moments of silent appreciation create momentum. Gratitude multiplies energy. The more you express it, the more reasons you'll have to keep doing so. It's the law of expansion. When you say thank you from your heart, you are broadcasting abundance into the universe, and the universe always echoes back. Gratitude also rewires your mind for prosperity. It dissolves the scarcity mindset that says there's not enough. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's available. That shift alone transforms your reality, because your subconscious begins to seek opportunities that match your new vibration. You start noticing possibilities you were blind to before. Suddenly, doors open, people help, synchronicities appear. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it sharpens your inner radar for abundance. Even in times